Hey guys, so today I'm going to be sharing with you one of my favorite snacks, and it is an at-home acai bowl. This stuff is amazing. It's so good for you, and you can pack it with whatever your favorite fruits are of the season. I swear you will love these things. They're perfect for the morning or just when you're craving something sweet for a snack. So let's go ahead and get started making them. First thing you're going to need are 2 very ripe bananas. This is perfect. This is the key to perfect consistency and taste. And then you're going to need these acai berry packs. I got this from my freezer section, 1 or 2 depending on how big of a bowl you're going to want. And then moving on, we're going to, for fruit, use some fresh strawberries. Whatever fruit of your choice is perfectly fine. And then I'm going to be using frozen mangoes. Of course, you could use fresh, but I only had frozen at the time, so that's what I used. I'm going to be adding some chia seeds to mine. If you don't like them, you don't need to. And then I'm going to be using my homemade granola. So I thought I'd show you really quickly how I make my granola. I just start with Quaker oats. Very, very simple. I just thought instead of buying granola that has a lot of added things in it, I could just make it right from home, and it's so simple. So you don't really need to be key on measuring, just throw some in. And then I take some ground flaxseed. This is completely optional again, it's just really good for you. And go ahead and mix that in, and then a whole lot of honey. Consistency is key when you're making granola, but you do not have to be super precise with your measurements. I just dump and add if I need more. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fork until that's all mixed together. I did need to add a little bit more honey just so that it's nice and sticky, but just kind of mix it until you've got the perfect consistency. You can add any nuts or cinnamon, whatever you'd like, but this is just how I kept mine, plain and simple. Then I'm gonna take a baking sheet with some parchment paper over the top and start dumping my granola mix on it. I wanna go ahead and make a thin little layer of that, and that's when you're gonna go ahead and take and bake it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and dump it all out there, spread it thin, and throw it in my oven at about 220 for about a half an hour, but until it's golden brown, that's when you'll know. Just kind of check on it every once in a while. I've never burnt it, so it's not that complicated. So that's what it looks like. I just store mine right into a mason jar until I'm ready to use it. So those are your ingredients. Then I'm going to be taking a bowl and a cutting board with a knife to cut up my fruit and a spoon to enjoy it all. So let's get started. So first thing I'm going to take is my acai berry. I've ran this under some water just so it kind of gets the perfect consistency. Not frozen, but just a little liquidy. And I'm going to go ahead and empty that all into my little NutriBullet or Ninja. And then I'm going to take my 1 whole banana. I'm going to just chunk that up and throw it right in there. Then I'm also going to take a half of another banana and throw that in there. I like a lot of banana. I love the taste of banana, and I just feel like it gives it the most amazing consistency and taste. And then I'm gonna go ahead and twist on my top and pop it right onto my Ninja or Nutra, whatever the thing is. And then I'm gonna go ahead and blend until it's perfect. If you don't have one of these, you can of course use a blender. Just anything to mix it all up and make it nice and smooth and creamy. So once that's done, it's time to move on to fruit. Again, you can use any fruit you want. I'm using banana, that other half. I'm just gonna go ahead and chop that up into little bite-sized pieces. And then I'm going to go ahead and go into my strawberries and do the same. Just nice little bite-sized pieces, but you can also add pineapple or whatever other fruit. I would recommend soft fruits only. Then time for assembly. I'm gonna go ahead and dump my mixture of acai and banana right into my bowl. And then I'm gonna go ahead and throw on my homemade granola. I like to just kind of separate it because it just looks pretty and it's fun. So I just go ahead and put on a lot of this. This is the perfect crunchiness to your smooth and sweet bowl. It's amazing. Then I'm gonna take about a tablespoon of chia seeds and sprinkle that on there. Any amount will do. And then time for assembly of fruit. I'm gonna go ahead and throw on my chunks of mango, which are defrosted at this time. Just go ahead and throw that in a spot. And then onto my strawberries, just a nice heaping handful of those. This is so sweet. I can't even tell you how much you guys are gonna love it. And then last but not least, once I've added all my strawberries, time to add my bananas. And that's pretty much it, you guys. That is my acai bowl at its finest. It is amazing. I swear I bring these to lunch or eat them for breakfast. Whatever you guys are craving something sweet, you will love this. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want any more, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys. I love you.